I know this trend kind of died a long time ago, but now that Smash is finally complete in terms of its roster, I can have an edge in on all those other YouTubers who already did it. So today, I'm going to be adding a new character to every series in Smash Bros. I'll be going by what the game classifies as a series and ones that are represented by fighters. This can lead to some pretty narrow series classification, and I'm sorry if your favorite doesn't make it in. Anyway, let's begin with the Super Mario series. Who would I add from Super Mario? I honestly already think that the main line of Mario games, which I assume Super Mario refers to, is already represented quite robustly. There's really only one choice for me. It's Toad. He's the only main Super Mario series character who isn't really represented. I mean, who did you expect me to pick? Fucking Lubba? We already got Rosalina, who was essentially my most wanted Super Mario character, so I genuinely have no idea who else to answer this with. It's gotta be Toad. He could be a fast character with a focus on turnip throwing, and maybe even have a pickaxe like Captain Toad does. But that does it for Super Mario. Speaking of a series that I don't know how to represent better, I am not the biggest fan of the Donkey Kong series, which is a big sticking point for me being let into the Game Awards every year. But I must say, if I were to add another character from that series, it would have to be Dixie Kong. It's just kinda weird that she's not there, you know. She's the only Kong who's had her own title that isn't in Smash. She'd really round out the roster of Donkey Kong with 4 reps, though I can't really promise she'd be anything special. Now for The Legend of Zelda. This is much easier for me considering it's super poorly represented in the current game. Like, come on, the same guy 3 times? I don't think we really need more links. Which is why I'm going to add the same guy a 4th time. That's right, I'm adding another Link, but with a twist. Wolf Link and Midna. Twilight Princess is one of my favorite Zelda games, so this was really easy for me. Putting that aside, we don't really have enough quadruped fighters in Smash Bros. The only one being Duck Hunt, I guess? Whatever. I'm going to be real with you guys. I have never actually finished a Metroid game in my life. I'm going to have to change that soon, but for now I still haven't finished any of them yet. I've played them extensively as you saw in my other video. However, I have not finished one. But I do think I have a good idea for another Metroid representative in Smash Bros, and it's one of the Emmy robots from Metroid Dread. I think it would be a cool way to tie into that game, and robots are just cool in general. Especially robots that crawl on walls and shit. The Yoshi series, Kamek, easy. Kamek is a cool wizard, and nobody else in the Yoshi series is a cool wizard. It would also be a good way to have a villain character for the Yoshi series. I don't know how else you could do that unless you had a baby Bowser, which would be a bit strange. It would be fun to beat up a baby, though. As for Kirby, it would have to be Magolor. I know Bandana Waddle Dee is the pick that more people want, but I'm going to dispel those people with a few words. I like Magolor better. I just think he has a cool aesthetic. I love the little bean, and I think having a shadow magic sorcerer guy like him would be great. Plus, it'd be nice to have a real villain from Kirby on the roster as opposed to King Dedede and Meta Knight, who are semi-villains at best. I have a similar relationship to Star Fox as I do with Metroid. I've never finished a single Star Fox game, but I know a lot about it and have played a lot of it. But this time, I honestly don't have a good idea for an extra rep because frankly, Star Fox reps just aren't easy to envision. They're almost always in their cockpits, so it's hard to say, I want this character, look at how they fight when they don't fight. I'll just say Slippy because toads are funny. I like toads. Good lord, I don't want to give Pokemon another rep, but if I have to, it would be Krogunk. I mean, come on, just look at him. He's the cutest little stoner I've ever seen. God, I love frogs so much, guys. They're just so cute. He's also a martial artist frog, so that's pretty damn cool. Krogunk really showed that he could make an interesting fighting game moveset in Pokken Tournament, but I think he would be even better in Smash Bros. Finally, here's a series I adore. Oh, Earthbound, you poor bastard. I would have to add Porky from the games, just because not only is he a great villain with amazing characterization, he's also just interesting mechanics-wise. How would a Spider-Mech control? We don't know. Let's find out. I'd probably main him unless he played stupid or uncool or lame, then I wouldn't. I can envision him playing like Invader Zim does in Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. F-Zero is easy. Black Shadow, villain rep. Boom. I don't play F-Zero often, and you can tell by how utterly unimpassioned I am by this. Ice Climber is difficult because I don't really know what you would add. The Ice Climbers themselves are kind of the most representation that the game needs. I guess we could add the Topies to the game as fighters, specifically their North American Yeti versions. That might be interesting. Oh, Fire Emblem. Similarly to Pokemon, I don't want to give this series more characters, but if I had to, I would, fuck, what are Fire Emblem characters again? I guess Medea's from Fire Emblem 1 because he is a Shadow Dragon, and I like Shadow Dragons. That's just really cool. Plus, despite the copious amount of Fire Emblem characters, there's not a single villain character yet. Game & Watch, that's a thing. There aren't any characters you can add from it that wouldn't be redundant. Mr. Game & Watch is literally the embodiment of everything from the Game & Watch line of toys, so again, I don't think there's anything I could add here. Kid Icarus. There's no real villain representative in Smash yet, similar to Kirby, so I would have to say that I'd add Medusa, possibly as an Echo Fighter of Palutena. It'd just be nice to have the series' most recurring villain in the game. For WarioWare, I'll just go with Ashley, because that's what everyone else seems to want. She's one of the most popular picks for Smash regularly. Witches are cool. Metal Gear Solid is an interesting one. There are actually a lot of choices I would want to put here, but if I had to pick just one, I would go for Raiden. Having a cyborg ninja in Smash would be the coolest thing ever. Why, you may ask? Well, much like Shadow Wizards, cyborg ninjas are badass. Like, you see a cyborg ninja, do you think, wow, this is lame? No! Nobody ever thinks that! Gray Fox is also acceptable, but Raiden is the more recognizable and developed of the two. Sonic the Hedgehog would have to be Shadow the Hedgehog. It was a hard pick between him and Dr. Eggman, but this is a great excuse to have Live and Learn get a Smash remix. I also just don't think he would be super difficult to implement. He could very easily be a clone of Sonic and I wouldn't be mad about it at all. Plus, he just has a lot of cool points. Black and red color scheme, general aloofness, teleporty stuff, the works. For Pikmin, you have to add Louie. He would have a terrifying moveset based around commanding bug creatures to do his commands. Ah, good old Louie. You frighten me very, very much. Also another easy echo if they really wanted to. I'd much prefer they take the Bug King Louie route instead though. I really want to see his bug mind control powers get used. Rob is the only character from the Rob series of toys, so there's no way to add anyone from its game. Sorry, Rob. Animal Crossing would have to be Tom Nook. Even though he's a great person, he would be a formidable villain representative for the series. It might be difficult to come up with moves for him, but I think he definitely deserves a place, and I also think it'd be easier to come up with moves for him than for Isabelle. Mega Man would have to be Dr. Wily, because I'd like to see a villain for that series desperately. I know he's already an assist trophy, I just don't care. After all of this video, do you really think I'd care about fan rules? Come on, you know me better than that. He's a shoo-in though, seriously. Wii Fit is another Rob situation. There's not really another character you could add from the Wii Fit series. I'm sorry, Wii Fit trainer, you're alone. As for Punch-Out, dude, I don't know. King Hippo would be a villain rep from the series, I guess. He's important, right? The Mii series runs into the same problem as Game & Watch and Rob. The Miis are supposed to represent all of the characters from the Mii series, so I can't really add another character on top of that. Maybe one of the Phantoms from Find Me? But I don't know, that feels like that's pushing it. Hackman. Well, the obvious answer is to just add the Ghost as a playable character. It would have different costumes for each of the other ghosts, so you could play as Blinky, Inky, Pinky, and Clyde as much as you want to. I think it would be cute. Xenoblade. I'd have to go with Elma from Xenoblade Chronicles X. That's the only Xenoblade game that's not represented in Smash yet, so I guess it should be. Duck Hunt. Well, there's the same issue here as with the Game & Watch. Duck Hunt character is literally supposed to represent every character in the game Duck Hunt. There's nothing else to really add. It's even supposed to represent the player, which I think is a very clever design choice, but it makes a video like this difficult. Street Fighter has a lot of good choices. There are tons of fighters from across the series. It's almost terrifying how overwhelming it is. I'm going to go with the enigmatic Q from Street Fighter 3rd Strike. Reasons? I like Q. I think he's got a cool aesthetic. Gameplay wise, I don't care. I just think he'd be cool. Final Fantasy VII. Final Fantasy VII. I have to add another character from you specifically. Reno. I just think Reno is a fun character, and I like him way better than most of the party members in Final Fantasy VII itself. He fights with a staff, which would be a unique approach to things. I don't think we've seen anybody who fights with a staff in this game besides Palutena. Bayonetta, Rodin. Rodin is cool, right? He has sunglasses, I like him. Also, he's a super boss or something, which is kind of funny because he's a shopkeeper of some kind. Definitely have to go with him. Splatoon has to go the Octoling. They got their own whole ass expansion. Come on, that's an easy choice. Also, it's an easy Echo Fighter. Castlevania. I used to love Castlevania when I was younger, and what better way to celebrate that than by bringing Alucard onto the table as a playable fighter. Once I knew Castlevania characters were in Smash, I knew that this guy had to be there. And then he wasn't. It makes me a bit sad, but oh well. I think he'd be a great addition to the roster with a ton of cool moveset potential. Do I have to talk about Persona 5? I hate this game so much. I'll just get it over with. A catchy villain character. There. I admittedly don't know a lot about Dragon Quest XI, but I do know that a cool fighter would be the series mascot in the slime, because the slimes are super cute. Have you ever seen a slime and not wanted to cuddle it? No, because they're cute. Banjo-Kazooie is another pretty easy pick. Gruntilda because she's the main villain, and I just like villains being in the roster. Hell, I could do a video just picking out a new villain for each series. Nah. Fatal Fury sees us with another villain, Geese Howard, the rival of Terry Bogard. Every good Shoto needs his rival, come on. Otherwise, how does he know he's the strongest warrior in the world? ARMS has to be Springman, just because the game feels weird without him being in the game, and Min Min being in the game instead. Minecraft is tricky because, well, who else do we really add from Minecraft to Smash Bros? I guess a skeleton? The skeleton is the only thing I can think of regarding Minecraft. It's not a game that has a lot of characters, it's an ice climber level problem. Not quite Rob level though. Next we have Tekken. I'm going to be honest, I don't know a lot about Tekken, but I would have to add Roger the Kangaroo. Fuck yeah, Roger the Kangaroo. Hihachi who? I'm sorry, I can't hear you, I'm playing as a goddamn kangaroo. Finally we have Kingdom Hearts. I haven't really played a lot of Kingdom Hearts, but when I think of Kingdom Hearts, I think of Sora and Riku. I could easily see Riku being a great pick for a rival character to Sora if they ever added another fighter from the series, but getting Sora in was hard enough. So those were my ideas for new fighters in Smash Ultimate. Let me know what you thought of my picks in the comments. This has been Arcade and Everlasting, Sakurai in Disguise, signing off. Thank you for watching.